Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining us. This is part two of our three-part video series going over how to navigate CIA main menu portal. If you missed part one, which is how to grant access to the various parts of the portal, go back and watch that, because in this video we're going to launch into the next part. So once again, I am Tony Gabriel. I'm joined here by Hollis Terendi. We are planners here at the Culinary Institute of America. We're student financial planners. If you have any questions about anything you see in this video, you can feel free to reach out to us. Our general number is 845-451-1500. Our general inbox is sfrs@culinary.edu. So where is financial information available on the portal? It's in the self-service section. That's a part of CIA main menu where financial aid account information is available. That's where it is on the page there. And what information is available on this page? So there's two areas that we're going to go over in detail. That's financial information. That includes all billing and payment information, so that's anything related to the student account. And then there's also financial aid, which is a comprehensive one-stop shop of any financial aid information. So that includes reviewing and accepting your financial aid, including government loans you were awarded, as well as federal work study. And we'll go all into that in detail. So the first thing we're going to go over is that first part, financial information. So what this allows you to do is view your bill and payments per term. So this is a really helpful screen. It's actually something planners use quite a bit when they're talking with students. The same exact screen that the students are able to access through their self-service menu. So you can see here that right at the top of the page, there's two different items. So there is the term, and you can see that's a drop-down menu. So you can actually choose what specific term you can look at in terms of your billing history by just choosing that drop-down menu and clicking the term that you want. And then right here is a list of activities. So these different little bubbles are going to show you the totals of all charges, financial aid, payments, and refunds that you've received on your account, including either a total balance or refund balance. So moving on, we're going to go into what the charges portion of the screen looks like. So you can see that it's broken down into two different sections. So this first section that says tuition, and what this goes over is what you're being billed for in terms of tuition. So that includes your total credit hours, and it actually goes into detail about your schedule. So there's no sort of ambiguity about what your tuition charge is being put towards. So you can see there you have the course title, you have the days, times, classroom, instructor of each of your credit hours. And the important thing to look at is billing credits, because a full-time student is always considered between 12 and 18 credits. So if you're between 12 and 18 credits, you're going to be billed for full-time tuition. The other thing you're going to look at down here is fees. So fees goes into the board and general fee. Those are both mandatory fees for any student attending the campus. And it also would include any other fees that aren't necessarily the board or general fee. One thing to keep in mind when looking at these screens is that this is not necessarily what you are going to see when you access your own financial information screen. It's just to kind of give you a rough idea of what you'd be able to see. So right under that, you'll see the payments and financial aid section. So right there is payments. So you can see here that this is a list of all payments made on that term, and it's broken down by date, so it's sorted by date. So again, it's very clear when payments were made, the amounts of payments were made, and it even goes into how the payments were made. So web check there means that this individual used the View and Pay My account to make an online payment. So very clear what payments were made, when, and how. And then right here is financial aid. So this is a breakdown of all the financial aid you receive per term. Again, very unambiguous. The name of the award there is on the left. The amount is awarded is in that column right next to there. And then another thing to keep in mind is over towards the right, you'll see two columns, dispersed and anticipated. What that means is that if you see an amount in anticipated, we're expecting that amount of money to arrive to pay for that piece of aid. But it's not actually, the money hasn't hit the school yet, so it's not dispersed. So this is something you'll see before a term starts. You'll see that money in anticipated. That means that, again, the money's not there. We're expecting it to be. It's also something you'll see for pieces of awards that tend to pay out further on into the semester. So those recipients who have New York State TAP, they'll see that TAP amount anticipated usually until a few weeks into the semester at least, at which point it'll be dispersed. That's just because that specific piece of aid takes longer to pay out. And then the last thing we're going to go over is refunds. So any refunds that were made on the student account, there's going to be a list of them all the way at the bottom. You'll see the date that the refund was issued. You'll see the amount of the refund. And then over there where it says reference number, you'll either see the number of the check, or if it's a 4-digit number, that means it was refunded via e-refunds, which is a really important thing to do that we'll go over in a later slide. So that pretty much sums up the financial information screen. I'm going to pass this over to Hollis, who's going to go over the next section, which is financial aid.
Thank you, Tony. So I'm going to take some time to talk about the actual financial aid related information. You see the second bar down there on self-service menu. You can click on financial aid, and the student will be able to view their personal financial aid statement. So this is actually a screen that deals with a lot of information, so I'm going to take some time and go over each piece of this screen. You see up at the top of the financial aid screen, it'll say award year or academic year, select an award year. So that's stating the 2019-2020 financial aid award year is what we're talking about on this particular screen. That's important. Once you've completed the FAFSA, the government's going to send us a lot of information that will allow us to place more financial aid on your account. So that FAFSA pertains to that award year. You may be required to complete extra documents and send them to the school once you've completed the FAFSA. So very important, once you've completed your FAFSA online, then look for this section to see if there's anything the school requires of you, and you must submit those documents in order to receive your financial aid. Now on the far right-hand side, there's an actual section that says resources. This is very helpful information. Take some time to look at those links. That will allow you to complete your FAFSA application. There's a link to the government website. There's a link to looking at loans, alternative loans and Parent Plus loans. And there's a link to looking at your personal loans that you've already taken out from the government. So those links are very helpful moving forward. Then we have the financial aid checklist. So every year you're going to have your own checklist regarding financial aid. It'll tell you if you need to review and accept your package for financial aid. It will tell you what action steps you need to take. At the very bottom of this screen, there's personal contact information for your financial aid counselor. So please make a note of where to find that information. If you ever have questions, you can feel free to reach out to that person, or you can certainly call our general number as well. So we're going to talk a little bit more about an actual financial aid award package and reviewing and accepting your awards. Once your awards are ready to be reviewed and accepted, you're going to go into that action task, and you're going to see multiple lines for scholarships. You're also going to see federal work study and your loans that are offered by the government. So if you've completed the FAFSA, you may be eligible for government loans and federal work study. Those are 3 areas in the financial aid package that you actually have to either accept or decline. You don't have to necessarily take the government loans, but they are available to help you cover your balance on your account. So we encourage you to go in there, review what's being offered to you, and you must either accept or decline those loans. So if I drill in a little bit further to, for example, the subsidized loan, you'll see that the loans are shown to you on your screen per semester. So you're given the total amount of loans offered for the year, and then it's broken down by semester. You can accept all of the loans. You can accept one semester, you can decline one semester, that's up to you. And then at the bottom, go ahead and push that button and you'll be set to go. So this is the end of our second video series. We are Hollis Terendi and Tony Gabriel, very happy to help you. And our main contact information for our office, please feel free to call 845-451-1500 or email us at sfrs@culinary.edu. We're also available for students at our window at the office in the second floor of the admissions building, and we are here Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. Monday and Friday, and during the middle of the week, we work the extra hour until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, excluding holidays. So the same information does apply for Greystone and San Antonio campuses that we just went over, but if you feel you would like to speak with someone directly regarding those campuses, please feel free to call Rebecca Evans at 707-967-2510. And we thank you so much for your time. So we're looking forward to the next video and hope you'll stay with us. Accessing the View and Pay My Account tab so that we can show you how to do that. Thank you.